It really only lights up one half there. That was a lot of trouble, guys. Very, very tricky. Look at the new backlight. Wow. The Casio Bumblebee is one of my favourite watches and is a great alternative to the iconic Casio F-91W. And today we're going to be modding a brand new one to look even more like a Bumblebee. But what's this? A third Casio Bumblebee that I'll be giving away to one of you lucky viewers as a thank you for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. So stick around to the end. Now the Bumblebee that I am currently wearing, as you can tell, has been modded with this elastic nylon strap, which I use to make it super comfy when I wear this watch to bed. But let's take a look at what a normal Casio Bumblebee looks like. And as you can see, it's got these standard rubber straps. Well, today we're going to be replacing these, so let's take a look at some of the parts we'll be using. Part number one is a NATO strap that has these absolutely Bumblebee-like stripes on it. Part number two is this little light diffuser, which I picked up on Etsy. Now, this is actually intended for the F-91W, which, as I mentioned, is very similar to the Casio Bumblebee. So my theory is that because the backlight of this is in that little position, as you can see there, I know that the Bumblebee's is there too. So hopefully this is going to fit. Part number three is a gradient lens filter, which of course we are going to go with the yellow color. I also picked these up on Etsy and we have quite a few different color options here. I'll use that one there, which has got the yellow on it. And guys, all of the parts that I've shown you here today, I'll be leaving the best price links I could find for you in the description below if you'd like to pick them up and try this build. And last, but certainly not least, is a screen protector. And again, I am using a part that is technically designed for the F-91W, but I've already tested it and I know that these also fit on the identical Casio Bumblebee. We are going to start with the most challenging part of this mod, which is definitely the F-91 light diffuser. Now, I have just watched a video for this and it does look like it's going to be tricky. Now, as a reference point, I'm going to show you what the backlight currently looks like without any modification. And as you can see, it's quite crappy. It really only lights up one half there. Let's take out the light diffuser and the spreading module here. There it is. Now, as you can see, one of the halves has this kind of pattern on the back of it. Next, we're going to actually disassemble this watch. And for the first time ever, I'm going to be using these little finger condoms, all right? So I was going to use rubber gloves, but I figured I've got these. Let's actually test them out, right? May as well use the tool if you've got it. We're going to use my electric screwdriver, which I have been absolutely loving lately, and we unboxed and reviewed this one in this video here for some AliExpress gadgets if you missed it. Pop this into the dust-proof tray and just like that. So we also have our little rubber gasket here. And just to retain the water resistance of this watch, guys, we are going to use our Bumblebee joints, one of my favorites. Very cheap to pick this one up on AliExpress. And it's just got a bit of grease in there. There we go. So that's our little rubber gasket. We drop that into our Bumblebee joints. Close that up, give it a spin, and that's going to be nice and greasy and waterproof when we're ready to put it back in. Now let's take out the module, just like that. And there it is. That's our Bumblebee module. There you go. Now the next step is going to be to lift up these little tabs here, these little metal tabs, using a screwdriver. And guys, I must say, these little finger gloves are actually really throwing me off. It's very different not having that feeling of your fingertips. Bubble's pressing the treat button. In a second, Bubble. Here's our little back plate. Put that to the side. Here's our motherboard with a CR2016 battery. Good to know. Pop that just there. And here is what this mod is all about. The next step is to flip this one over and see how the little lens screen here has got this little clip just here. So we kind of pull down on that like so. It's a little bit tricky with these gloves on. Maybe if I use my nail. There we go. And the lens will pop out like so. And the original paper light diffuser, which we don't need this anymore, guys. You can throw that one away. And this one, we don't want to scratch it or dirty it, but that is our lens there. And lastly, oh, I was going to pull it out with the tweezers, but it's actually already fallen out. So this one here, guys, is our little zebra strip, and it's very important that we do not damage or bend this in any way, because it is very easy to damage. That's what connects to the screen and lets us show all the digits. All right, so we're going to gently put that on the module holder as well. Next step, we are going to take our housing here, and with the tab side up, just like that. Oh man, these little gloves are real slippery. So we are going to gently take our little diffusing paper and very carefully, without bending it, just sort of drop it in here, and it should just nest into a little indent. All right, so just like that. Next, we take our little plastic light diffuser. So see that we have one side that has the forks. So the forks go to the left, and the pitted or textured side goes down towards the paper of the diffuser, okay? So it's honestly pretty hard to tell which side is pitted, but I'm pretty sure that it's that side there. Okay, so remember, forks on the left, pitted side down. Oh, just cartwheeled and fell out. Put this in like so. Next, we're going to take our lens again, and the side that is thin is going to be up the top. So we kind of thread this under. I'm going to check the guide again, guys. This is not easy. This is really quite tricky. Oh, yes. We are in. That was a lot of trouble, guys. Very, very tricky, okay? What actually ended up getting it in for me at the end was using my nail on this finger to pull back on that little piece from underneath to open up the flap and grab onto this screen. So we are now nice and secure. Next, we are going to install the little zebra strip back into its slot just there, very gently, as this thing is easy to damage. Just like that. There we go. Next, we're going to take our PCB just here and install it so that the zebra strip touches the pin alignment you see just here. Just like that. Finally, to reassemble the module, we take our little back plate and we clip this on where it was before. So we can press it down, and all of these little metal clips we want to push back over. The last one. There we go. Now there's our module. Now as you can see, the digits and text are all glitched here. So we are going to have to perform an AC reset, okay, which is just good practice. Now the AC point is just here at the top. We want to touch that and any of the metal elsewhere. Bingo, I found my paper clips. So let's perform an AC reset to fix the glitching screen there. Oh, so it's like it's reset it. I reckon the zebra stripe isn't touching properly where it's supposed to, because look, it's working, but like some of them just aren't connected properly. So what I'm going to do is actually just remove the display again and see if that'll fix it. So we drop it back down just like that. Looks all lined up and in position. Okay, so let's try again. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so we are all working again, and that is a huge relief. Now we can try the backlight now, but you know, there's not a lot to be seen here. Once we reassemble it, that's when the real magic happens. Alright, we're back. Check out my fingers from wearing those gloves. Man, oh man. So let's turn the lights off and have a look at the new backlight. Ready? Wow! As you can see, that actually lights up the whole thing, and even it lights up those little Bumblebee stripes at the top and bottom. So let's put the lights on for a second. I'm going to get the other... Where's my other Bumblebee? Oh, I'm wearing it. You know what? That'll be too hard. I'll just use the one that I'll be giving away to one of you guys here. So we'll do a side-by-side comparison with the lights off, okay? That's the old one, all right? Only lights up half. And this is the newly installed backlight diffuser. Isn't that something? So next up, we are going to install this little gradient lens filter, okay? I do wonder how it's going to interact with the backlight. Hopefully it doesn't negatively affect it. Now, the key to getting this little lens filter installed correctly is to make sure that we cut it so that it is actually smaller than the display here. One mistake that I've made in the past before is cutting it a bit too large, and when you go to press it on, it leaves these kind of raised edges and it looks horrible. And that actually happened with my F-91W video, which is here if you missed it the first time I tried. So we're going to make sure we cut this exactly to size. Now, in terms of which part of the gradient we'd like to get, I guess it would be pretty cool to have a bit of the gradient, but for the most part, we want this to look like a Bumblebee, so I'm going to get most of the yellow. Have it, guys. Look at that. Oh, the yellow background looks absolutely incredible on this Bumblebee. Absolutely awesome. Now, I wonder how this backlight's going to look with this gradient lens filter behind it. Let's find out. Oh yeah? So that still looks really good, guys. Nice and clear, and the yellow hasn't really made it any less legible. The next mod we're going to do is a very simple but very effective one. I would always recommend putting on a screen protector on any Casio watch that has an acrylic or resin display, or they do tend to scratch quite easily. So let's get this on. And by the way, it might seem like an easy application process, but if you saw my last video here, you'll remember that I accidentally fumbled 3 screen protectors in a row. So let's hope we can get this one on first try. I feel so much better knowing that's protected from scratches. Bubble is suggesting that you ram that like button because now is the time that we complete the final part of the build with this nice Bumblebee NATO strap, which is really going to tie everything together. Isn't it, Bubble? Hey, no, don't eat it. Ugh. Bubble. Well, let's take a look at our new Bumblebee NATO strap. There it is. That looks absolutely stunning. Can't wait to get this on. Now note here that it has actually came with some little spring bars, but we're not actually going to be using them. And that's because the Casio Bumblebee, as well as the F-91W, doesn't use the standard spring bars. It actually has these little push pins, which can be quite troublesome to remove. So all you have to do is see the little arrow pointing that way. We know that we've got to push them out in that direction. So we're going to use this little tool here. Just rest the watch in and use our little pin remover tool to press that out. Have it, guys. This is the completed Casio Bumblebee. Doesn't it look magnificent? Let's get this bad boy on for a wrist check. At the moment, we are wearing my Casio A500W in gold, which was a fantastic review if you'd like to check it out here. You ready, guys? Here we go. Boom! The epic Casio Bumblebee mod. Isn't this thing magnificent? Everything about it ties in to the Bumblebee nickname. We've got the striped Bumblebee NATO strap, and of course the gradient yellow lens, as well as the backlight mod. This thing looks magnificent, and it's all protected with its lovely little screen protector. If you would like to get your hands on any of the tools or parts that I've used for this build, a reminder that I will be leaving them for you in the description below. Now, don't you go anywhere, because now it's the time for you to have the chance to win your very own Casio Bumblebee, one of my all-time favorites. Now, before we go through how to enter this giveaway, I will be doing 2 quick mods for you in case you are the winner to make it a bit better for you. Let's start with the screen protector. That's right, we don't want our winner to be getting any scratches on their new Bumblebee. And secondly, I'm going to be adding a custom part to the back plate of this mod so everyone knows that you got this from Goat Reviews. On hand, I've got my little Dremel tool here, which we unboxed in the same video that I did with the electric screwdriver, which I've linked for you earlier in the video. So let's bust it out. You know what? We need to do a practice run first. Much better. Let's do it. Oh, absolutely magnificent. That's right, that little scribble right there lets everyone know that you won this watch from Goat Reviews. Here's how you enter the giveaway to win this engraved Casio Bumblebee. It's rather simple, and there are only 2 steps to complete. Step number 1 is to make sure that you are a subscriber, and that's because this giveaway is a thank you and celebration to you guys for helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. I am so happy with this. A massive thank you for everyone to helping me get there. So do make sure you're subscribed to enter. Step number 2 is to simply leave a comment down below, and I will be selecting one of your comments, and that person will receive this Casio Bumblebee. Whoa, wait a second. Before you finish typing out that comment, I'd like to mention that I've been asked to do a Q&A video, or questions and answers, to celebrate 5,000 subscribers too. So if you've ever wanted to ask me anything, now is the perfect chance to do so as you enter the competition. So leave your question down below, and it might just get answered in an upcoming video. Oh yeah, loving these Bumblebees. A massive thank you to our Goat Crew members for helping support the channel. You absolute legends. Here's a link to the Goat Reviews Instagram page. Come and follow me there. I've been posting daily wrist check photos, and I'd love to see yours. Here's some more great content for you to watch next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.